Amaranth, if you're up for it though, I will consider it. Just in case you watch this video and you're like, oh, I would have done that, but he laughed at me, so it wouldn't be a good idea. No, what I'm saying is if you would like to, I'm definitely up for it. Just throwing that one out there. No, the missus will boot you out. Well, I'll be with Amaranth at that point. What will I care? It's not cheating if you're in a hot tub on stream, right? I'm just saying. I don't know where the line's drawn there. I don't know how many other cases there are in the world to be able to get the to the nub of the matter, you know. I mean, got to get back to work. Have a good one, folks. Yeah, no worries, buddy. Enjoy your day. I mean, it's like I've always turned around and said, there's a key for every lock. Or a lock for every key. No, key for every lock. Yeah, that's the same, yeah. Because you know, like these hot tub streamers, they like paint themselves in comments and stuff. I'd have to do it with a bleeding paintbrush. You wouldn't be able to see it on the Sharpie. Right. Okay, that's 7 over there. And that bit there. Nice. Oh, okay. So we do a 2 and a 6. Along quite well. Now, should we do some? No, let's do what you said you was going to do. 2 and 6. As middle of November, I was hoping to have been well over halfway on doing this one. But life steps in and has other plans. So does that goes into a 19. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Really, let's do that one. There. Been watching the first 2 episodes of Invincible season 2. Brilliant. I think Invincible's fantastic. And I've stopped myself from reading the comics because I kind of want to enjoy the TV series. Because I always find, like, I read the Walking Dead comics. And because the Walking Dead comics are far grittier than the TV show ever could be because of, you know, censorship and laws and whatever else. The comics, in my opinion, were so much better than the TV show. And please don't get the opinion I'm saying it's a bad TV show, because I love The Walking Dead. But if you ever read the entire comic series, you'd understand what I mean. So I'm really enjoying Invincible. So I'm going to really enjoy the TV series version of it first. And then my way of thinking of it is that I will enjoy the comics even more at that point. At least that's my thought. And also, with this particular painting, I'm going to do something that I haven't done before. And that is, when I finish this one, I am in the twos and throws now of doing a time lapse of this painting, because I'm going to make sure that things don't really change on here. I know I changed the background, but I don't think that's going to make a huge amount of difference to the time lapse. But yeah, I'm going to do a time lapse of this. I just need to choose the right music, because I'm not going to be talking over it. For that one, it's just going to be a bit of relaxing music. But I'm going to try and see if I can actually put some real thought into it. Because, like, as I was saying the other day, like, I like to watch full form content. I like to see all, how long it took you to do this and do that and whatever else. I want to see that. But equally, there are others out there that don't want to see that. And if I can try and satisfy both types of criteria with a little bit of extra work from me, then that's just a win. Right? Right, let's get on and do some black. Okay, now I don't think I actually thinned one of these down, did I? I was going to, and then I don't think I did. So, sorry about this, everyone, but I'm going to do this now to make this slightly easier for it to go on. I've got 2 pots of this black here. Just going to add 4 drops out there. I'm going to do one of them thin down, and I'm going to leave the other one quite thick, because I find that it spreads better when it's thin, but it covers better when it's thick. So I'm going to have the best of both worlds. With a bit of luck. And the good part about this stuff that I bought, other than using tap water, sorry, I should have done this here. Other than using tap water and using this actual flow agent, the flow agent stops it from drying as quickly as well, which is bringing me on to something else that I'm going to be doing. So once I've finished off the granddaughter's paintings and stuff, I'm going to do a painting which I bought specifically to do some testing on. I think I've told you all about this one before, so it's that one that's done. So I need to get this paint really. And that is, I'm going to learn about shading of paint by numbers, for those of you who've never heard me say it before. So basically, it's like where these colours, it goes a block here and then onto there. I'm going to try and learn how to mix the colours between the two to keep the same thing, but without the block colours, so it actually looks a little bit more realistic. And I suppose it's my journey of how to start to actually do art. So yeah, hopefully that works out. Yeah, that's much better already. But it is thinner, and you can tell that because you can start to see through it a bit. But that's alright. But yeah, the world's an interesting place at the moment. Governments are doing stuff that just seem to be completely ridiculous from what I'm seeing and hearing. It's not the peaceful utopia out there that's moving on to the right track. There's a definite dissidence between what the governments say and what they do. That's more transparent than ever. And it's only been transparent more than ever now because ordinary people like us have decided to make things public knowledge that would normally have been hushed up. But this is the reason now why they're passing laws to not allow those people to do it. So then I suppose if you were a cynical minded person, or a person that thought in conspiracy theories and stuff, that you could argue would be the case to actually silence people so the government can go back to doing what they're doing unimpeached. Possibly. Who knows? I was really looking forward to watching I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. I watch it every year. I hated the one with Matt Hancock in it because the guy doesn't deserve celebrity status. But I watched it, and my opinion of Matt Hancock did not change in any way, shape or form. I thought he was a Weasley little man beforehand, a liar. And I thought he was even more of a Weasley little man afterwards. And now I found out the other day, because like I said, I don't watch TV or the news really. And I found out that Nigel Farage is going in. And it's like, what's going on? Since when did our politicians, and when did they become celebrities? Like, is it because that there's a lot of money to be earned and these people will literally just do anything for a copper coin, lose their dignity and integrity? Well, not that they really have much, but you know what I mean, to just earn extra money. And now I'm left in a situation of where I genuinely do not want to watch it. It's not like I want to boycott it, or I want to like get other people to boycott it, or start a trend or whatever else. I just don't want these politicians in there. It's I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. And I don't remember a politician being classed as a celebrity. So why is he in there in the first place? I don't get it. And you can bet your bottom dollar that people are going to be in there, right? And they're going to be asking him all kinds of political questions. And it is all going to be orchestrated, the good and the bad, the things that you've actually wanted to ask or that no one does ask, and it's going to be like, oh, they're laid bare. they're going to be saying this. That no, they're bloody not. It's all scripted. It is going to all be scripted, and it's all going to be there to make them look better. They did it with Matt Hancock. Everybody was like, oh, Matt, a couple of the people in the jungle weren't having a bar of it, which I was really pleased to see because they were seeing through it. But the public weren't voting for him to get him out. They were like, oh, let's put him through this trial, and it's like, well, no, let's just get him off the screen because the guy is an absolute pimple on the anus of the world. It's just, I don't know. I have pretty strong views when it comes to this kind of thing, and unfortunately, right, because at the moment, not a lot of people are talking in the chat because I'm lucky enough to have people that are working, and they're kind enough to just sit there or just sitting there and listening to me when I'm just talking and rabbiting on, because I do that a lot. But I get lost in it sometimes, and in most of my thoughts when I'm actually sitting here and just splurting verbal diarrhea. Better Lindy, how you doing, darling? Most of the time when I'm sat here doing this, I'm literally just saying what I'm thinking. It's good to get it off your chest. It really is. What are you up to, sweetheart? Hence another reason why I'm going to be doing a time lapse where you can't hear me. Because I know that there's people out there that disagree with me, and that's fine. We have the right to disagree. I don't expect anybody to have the same opinion as me. And I'm not trying to ram my opinions down your throat just because I'm somebody on YouTube or Twitch or whatever. I'm just sitting here just talking as an ordinary human being without agenda. I know I'm not going to affect any kind of change. So, it's just my opinion. It's just my thoughts. What do you think about me doing a hot tub stream, Lindy? Do you think that's a winner? Do you think I should do it? Just playing some Dinkum. Yes. Missy's buddy is kind of struggling herself a little bit right now, and I think that she's kind of taking some time to herself, without saying too much. So I don't know if she's actually been in touch or whatever, but yeah, if she hasn't, that's kind of the reason. Don't worry, she's not under the patio just yet. It's hard to get a delivery of concrete. Are you having a good day? Yeah, are you having a good day though, Lindy? Not really, but unfortunately, this world revolves around money, so I have no choice but to keep trucking along. Yeah, it's sad, isn't it? But oh, so true. That's why when it comes to doing anything fun or that you enjoy, you need to grab it by both hands, because there's too much out there that's not fun. Not wanting to be down and depressive about it, because you know what I'm actually saying is enjoy the good times and make the most of them. Clean this brush off in a minute because we're getting a little bit on the clumpy side. Yeah, I'm actually going to clean this off. There we go.
That's what she said.
Oh, hello. But I was literally just thinking about you. That's so bizarre. How you doing, buddy? How's things in your world? That's what she... I started an anime of Attack on Titan, and I've got a few episodes in it, but I have not really been concentrating on it. So I think I'm just going to start it again, because I do want to watch it. It's just I'm never really in the mood to do bloody anything these days. But I'm looking forward to getting through it because a lot of people say how good it is. And the few episodes that I've watched, now I'm starting to understand the story a little bit. They actually do seem pretty good. There is a knock at my door. I wonder who could be knocking at my door. Fortunately, don't have to try and answer it. Somebody's knocking at the door. Somebody's ringing the bell. That tune comes from the National Lottery, postcode lottery in the UK. Doo-doo-doo. She coming along famously now. Going to have a drink in a sec because I need to drink more. I spoke to I messaged done the chunk yesterday. He's doing all right. He's almost finished moving. He's not finished decorating and doing up the house. The man's literally just rebuilt it from scratch, practically, to be perfectly honest. I'm just making sure that he was doing all right. I'm going to clean this off again because I'm about to do a small area, and I know any clumpiness will end up going over the bloody lines. So we'll do in here first of all. Get that bit done. And there. And a little bit more intricate there, which is no problem. There. Sorry, I've gone a little quiet now. It's just that when it comes to these really small bits, I really want to make sure that I don't muck it up. During my daily YouTube rabbit hole, I've been revisiting a band and I got hooked for about 3 years ago. Okay, what's the band? See, I took my eyes off it now. I can't see. There it is. Really, what I was thinking about last night, my garage. Because that wolf sat there. The who? The her. HU or WHO. I'm just making sure because they are two different bands, obviously. Roger Daltrey, isn't it? Yeah. Who are you? I really want to know. Theme tune to CSI, the best CSI, the original one. With Gil Grissom. The best CSI. But pronounced her. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Get this bit here. Otherwise, I'm going to be doing black for the rest of my life if I don't start cutting this off now. Because there is quite a lot of it. I'm going to give myself a nice chunk to be able to get done. And colour in the bits in between, you know? I think you all know anyway. No one's silly in here. Except for maybe Mr. Lord Creed.